I believe we are in the midst of a crisis. We're in the midst of a family crisis. I don't think people understand the magnitude of the crisis that we're in. And so on the one hand, I want people to be fully aware of the magnitude of the problem. And on the other hand, I want people to be fully aware that it doesn't surprise God and that God does have an answer. Parents feel helpless as it relates to raising children and training children, the discipline of children. Parents feel absolutely helpless, but we don't have to feel helpless. God has not left us without clear testimony from himself on this issue of raising our children and training our children.
It's just been a life-changing experience for us. I don't know where we'd be right now if the word hadn't been just brought in a powerful way through his message.
It was something that Bill and I really needed to hear. We needed to have somebody tell us, which we'd heard before, but Voddie said it in such a way that really woke us up.
It was practical information.
Yeah.
He just took scripture and gave us practical tools that we could use.
I think one of the pieces of fruit that I've seen after going to the conference was the reality that there was a group of people that were doing using the devotional tools that Voddie gave us. And that was just really encouraging to know that we weren't alone, and there was a momentum that was building as there was an excitement of us engaging with our families and with other families that were doing similar things.
As a pastor, I was blown away last year at the impact that the Family Driven Faith Conference had on our families and the families in our community. We knew that we wanted to ask Voddie to come back, and so we have asked him to return this year to share on the very important subject of marriage. You know, I don't have to go on and on with statistics to talk about how half the marriages in this nation end in divorce, because you and I live in those statistics. In fact, there's not one person within the sound of this video that hasn't been deeply affected by the breakup of marriages. On September 11th and 12th, Voddie will be returning to Charleston to share from his latest book, What He Must Be. In it, Voddie talks about the biblical foundation for marriage and what it means to prepare the next generation for marriage.
If we have a multi-generational vision, we prioritize marriage. Our goal ought to be for our children to be ready to be married as soon as possible. They don't necessarily get married, but they need to be ready to be married. They need to be prepared to be married. Our sons need to be prepared to be husbands and fathers. Our daughters need to be prepared to be wives and mothers.
Our hope is that parents and teens will attend the conference together, but this is not just for them. It's for parents of small children like me. It's for grandparents. It's for the entire community of faith to join together and say, we will not passively stand by and watch this next generation grow up in a culture filled with broken marriages. But instead, we will be intentional in preparing the next generation for marriage. We will prepare our sons and daughters to be husbands and wives and to fully understand this beautiful covenant that God has given us. I promise you, if you spend these few hours with us, you will leave forever changed. We hope to see you there.